point very well taken, Reverend. And on that point, I'd like to also commend the Boston Police Patrolmen's Association and the strongly worded statement that the President Thomas Nee sent out last night on this issue. I think as a department we stand together in abhorring this type of rhetoric that is contained in the letter, and stand firm in our relationship with all of the members of our city in providing them with the best service. So at this point in time, I'd like to open the floor to questions.
Commissioner, could you sort of give us a clearer picture of where this memo went? I understand the National Guard is somehow involved. You have sort of a trail of it went from this officer to who, where, and how?
Well, it's all part of the internal investigation that's going on right now. We have no indication that department email was used during the course of the investigation at this point, but that really does need a more thorough look, and this is all continuing. It's under the direction of Superintendent Kenneth Fong and Deputy Superintendent Michael Cox. They are moving forward expeditiously with this investigation.
Well, how is the National Guard involved?
There was conversation that General Carter from the National Guard had a discussion with one of our officers, but that again, one of our command officers, that again is part of the ongoing investigation. We're not clear as to exactly where this email first surfaced. We do know that it was in the Boston Police Department, and we have reports that it was in the National Guard, but we don't have any firm evidence about that. So
it went from the police department somehow to the National Guard, and someone at the National Guard informed you. Is that correct?
No, we believe actually that this investigation first came to light with a conversation that a lieutenant in Mattapan had with his captain. Subsequent to that, there was a recognition that something was going on at the National Guard that may have predated our first report of it, but we're not certain at this point in time.
Officer Barrett is entitled to due process, but I'm wondering if anything shy of termination would be acceptable to anybody here.
Well, I don't know that we can get into a conversation about exactly what the punishment is going to be. I will tell you that this is a termination hearing, so absent some mitigating factor that I'm not aware of at this point in time, that's the direction that we're heading in.
Commissioner Davis, you said this is not reflective of the Boston Police Department. How can you say with any certainty that this is not a reflection of a deeper racial divide within the department or deeply held, nuanced racial beliefs within the department?
I can say that with certainty, as certain as anyone can be in a human organization, that we abhor this type of conversation. I know that from the conversations I've had in the last 2 days since this first became apparent. When the union president, representing the majority of the police officers in the city, stands up and makes a public statement that is consistent with the police commissioner's statement, it's clear that we all stand together in rejecting this.
But that's leadership, right, Commissioner? That's you. That's the union president. What about rank and file officers, detectives, those out on the street?
Well,
as a person in the community,
please come right over. No, if you'd like to jump in, go right ahead, Reverend.
The empirical evidence to address your question is in the street. We know that while the Boston Police Department is not perfect, it is greatly improved from where it was 20 years ago. And the evidence that supports the commissioner's claim is realized on the street. The quality of policing, the nature of the relationship between police officers and the community is the best empirical evidence we have to answer your question. On a weekly basis, all across this city, community groups, in particular in the black community, are meeting with police officers almost on a daily basis. And I know, having worked around the country, that Boston functions as a model to be replicated because of the quality of life and cooperation that exists on the ground.